You ever notice how everyone seems to think they're the star of the show? Like, everyone's got their own soundtrack, their own enemies, their own redemption arc. It's not just narcissism, it's something deeper. It's the main character complex. In 1936, psychoanalyst Jacques Lacan described what he called the mirror stage, the moment a child first recognizes themselves in the mirror and begins to construct an identity based on that reflection. Lacan, 1949. Fast forward to today, and we've turned every screen into that mirror. Instagram stories, TikTok trends, YouTube vlogs, all reflections of ourselves carefully edited, filtered, and captioned. A 2023 Pew Research study found that 95% of teens use YouTube and 67% use TikTok daily. Pew Research Center, 2023. We're living in what Carl Jung would have called an ego inflation, where the self consumes the collective and identity becomes a performance. But here's the kicker. The more we curate our story, the less real it becomes. The philosopher Jean Baudrillard argued that we now live in simulacra. Simulacra is copies of things that no longer have an original. Baudrillard, 1981. Our selves are just the most convincing fictions we can sell, while our most authentic self becomes further and further hidden away, for some to disappear completely because they have built their whole identity from an audience's whims. Carl Jung proposed that the hero archetype exists within all of us, the urge to face chaos, overcome shadow, and emerge transformed. Jung, 1959. There is always the reason we love our heroes in fiction or reality, the idea to aspire for greatness, a sense of being more than we started. We all have the desire to simply be noticed, acknowledged. In the words of Mr. Green from Revolver,
"This is because you want people to know how good, attractive, generous, funny, wild and clever you really are. Fear or revere me, but please think I'm special. We share an addiction. We're approval junkies."
We used to root for heroes who sacrifice for something greater, but now we seem to root for ourselves, while our heroes have become the modern icons rather than figures and legends. Everyone's chasing their own cinematic transformation, glow-up arcs and no-contact journeys, forgetting that the hero's journey is full of peril or a series of unfortunate events. It isn't about the most negative aspects the heroes face, but how they choose to overcome them and keep their morals intact. To choose to not let the events define them, although shaped, they refuse to become the villain.
Never. I'll never turn to the dark side.
A 2021 study from the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology found that increased social media use correlates strongly with self-referential thinking and decreased empathy. Twenge and Campbell, 2021. The more we frame life as my story, the harder it becomes to care about anyone else's. Algorithms reward visibility, not virtues. The louder, prettier, and more dramatic the persona, the more the system favors you.
Well, it's because I'm trying to figure out why you haven't realized your worth yet, okay? Why you are constantly underselling yourself to everyone and everything.
According to a 2022 Meta internal report leaked to the Wall Street Journal, Instagram usage was linked to worsened body image issues in 32% of teen girls, 2022. When the digital mirror reflects back only perfection, imperfection becomes a personal failure. Even our empathy is gamified. Relatable content becomes currency. Transactional pain becomes a brand style. And we start to measure our value in views, not virtues.
I'm sorry! No! Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
When everyone thinks they're the protagonist, no one wants to be the supporting character. Pew's 2023 polarization study showed that 78% of Americans now believe those with opposing views are not just wrong, but dangerous. Pew Research Center, 2023. We've mistaken disagreement for betrayal, debate for disrespect. Every differing opinion becomes an enemy arc. Online, we mute, block, and unfollow anyone who challenges the script. The irony, in some films, the hero learns empathy by recognizing others' stories, by realizing they are not as important as the greater victories, as is the lesson Tom Cruise undergoes in the recent film Edge of Tomorrow, 2014. Young didn't believe the hero should destroy the shadow, but integrate it. The Tao teaches that every light has darkness, every hero a flaw. Maybe the point isn't to stop being the main character, but to remember that others are main characters too. And Sigmund Freud once wrote that the ego is not master in its own house. Freud, 1917. This wasn't just a warning, but an understanding that you have a choice what to become. You get to decide who to be. As philosopher Alan Watts put it, you're under no obligation to be the same person you were 5 minutes ago. That's liberation, not in self-obsession, but in humility, to make sacrifices to be better than what we are given, to rise above. Because when everyone wants to be the hero, the world can become a battlefield of egos, a war of individuals breaking into factions, tribalism, and echo chambers. But when we remember we're all part of the same film, this real world, maybe, just maybe, we can start to make different choices. Some will rise and become new heroes. Some may fall and become villains. The choice is ours. Through the summation of a series of choices, may we eventually write better endings. So ask yourself, are you really the protagonist or just the narrator of your own illusion? Thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, and I will see you on the next episode.